18 after 7 on your Friday morning, February the 6th, here on the Rise and Shine Show on News Talk 1290, newstalk1290.com. If you got an iPhone or an Android device, you can get us with the Radio Pup mobile app. It's a free application you can download at our website, newstalk1290.com, or get it in the App Store on your device as well. Terry McAdams, Mac Tech Solutions, joins us every Friday. You hear him Monday through Thursday at 7:50 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. with Terry's Tech Minute, but he comes into the studio on Fridays and joins us for a few minutes live on the air to talk about all things tech and more. So, Terry, welcome to the program this morning. Good to have you. How's things going today?
I'm doing well. It's cold out there, but, So, Radio Shack, I just have to mention something real quick. So, Radio Shack, obviously, most of us have heard that they've filed for bankruptcy and pretty much gone bye-bye.
And the other half they're closing.
Yeah, with I guess Sprint maybe looking to do something with them and expand their reach. But what I was going to say is that Radio Shack has a little place in my heart, in the tech part of my heart anyway. I used to hang out at Radio Shack when I was a kid, and this is in the late 70s and through the 83 is when I graduated high school. So that I used to hang out at Radio Shack with the computers. I'd go from, on a Saturday, I would hit all the Radio Shacks with my bike along the way from Ridgemar Mall all the way to the Montgomery Street is kind of where I hung out. And anyway, so I used to hang out. So that's kind of a sad thing for them to go.
I mean, back before there was a Best Buy, before there were Apple stores, before there were all these different computer manufacturers, I mean, Radio Shack was the original techie store. I mean, that's if you wanted anything electronics-wise, that's where you went. And I guess their prominence in the marketplace has fallen way off, thanks in large part to all the innovations and the fact that now you don't have to go to a box store to buy this stuff. You can order all these parts and pieces on the internet. It's kind of that's hurt the brick and mortar stores to a very large degree.
Oh yeah, and the thing that was interesting to me is that I remember they were still using pad paper. They were not using cash registers. They had a cash drawer. They had little pads that they filled out, handed you the yellow copy or whatever, or the original or whatever. I just remember they were still using paper when everybody else had gone computerized. Do you remember that?
I'll tell you this story real quick about them. As recently as about 4 or 5 years ago, we had an account with them. The radio stations did. And we would use them for minor things that we needed. If we needed a part, something quick, we would just go down to Radio Shack and pick it up and charge it to the corporate account. And they would break out a spreadsheet that had been printed on a dot matrix printer. The big green, white, and that's how they would look up our account. They wouldn't look it up on a computer. They would look it up on this printout. And I thought, guys, it's not 1985 anymore. There's a better way of doing this. And I never could understand why Radio Shack, of all people, still did it that way.
I think that's probably part of their demise was they were not quick to move on and adopt technologies. I think I heard it was the CEO at the time was just absolutely against it, which just a technology company, and they had computers. So it was kind of weird to me. I think they wanted that personal service somehow. But in any case, I think that was part of it because they didn't move. They still have toys that were
Wasn't the Tandy Corporation involved?
Yep.
Out of Fort Worth, Texas,
Fort Worth,
part of the Tandy family.
TRS 80 was Tandy Radio Shack. Yeah, it started as a leather company.
Leather boots.
Yep. And then it somehow evolved into computers and electronics and all of that. But it's just kind of an interesting thing. It's Circuit City has already gone, and I think they're obviously going by the same path.
Well, computers these days, and even when you're talking Apple products like the MacBook Pro, for example, or an iPad, the cost of the technology has fallen drastically, relatively speaking, over the years. I mean, 25, 30 years ago, a home computer, which was very bare bones compared to anything you find now, even the cheapest thing you can find now is 1,000 times more powerful than what you would have bought then. But the cost of it, relatively speaking, has really, really come down over the years.
Oh, yeah. And that's, of course, the part of that is because the processes that the companies have been able to perfect in getting, because they have their initial investment, and as long as they can get those numbers out and they have the price drops, and then of course they sell more, and then they make more of their money, and then the next thing comes out, and like you can't buy a 100 gig hard drive anymore, and it wasn't too long ago you could. Now its minimum is 500 gig, and then that's probably going to be going to where the 1 terabyte is now the lowest, and the technology, a lot. It's so a megabyte, of course, is 1 million, and then the next one is a gigabyte,
What kind of dog?
Yeah, they bite hard, but and then so a terabyte is 1,000 gigabytes, or a million megabytes. So
I believe our file servers that we use here at the radio station for storage, I believe we've got 10 or 11 terabytes of storage back there, which takes some time to fill that up, but eventually we'll use it all.
Right, our phones have more storage and capability than the original the original computer. I was going to say the UNIVAC, but that's not it. And for some reason, I'd slipped my mind right now what the original computer was. But anyway, so yeah. So one last thing, real quick. There's a new app. It's a web-based app that I discovered actually yesterday. It's called Trello. If you want to get organized, check into that. It's Trello.com, Trello. It helps you get organized and do lists, and you can share those lists and everything. So just check it out.
Well, Terry McAdams, MacTech Solutions, is right here in Parker Square, ready to serve the public. And you're between Ganache and Holders Jewelers. You're open 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. So tell people what your hours are, how they can get in touch with you, and what you can do for them.
All right. Well, it's 10 to 6 during the week is when we're open, and then on Saturday 10 to 4. So now we don't do a lot of service on Saturdays, so you can drop your device or your computer or whatever off on Saturdays. We just can't promise we're going to do a lot of work actually on it that day. But anyway, so then you can call us, of course, 767-6227, mactech-solutions.com on the internet. And then, but just basically we can help work on your iPad, your Mac, your iPhone, whatever. We do iPhone warranty work, Mac warranty work, iPad, all of that. So if it's an Apple device, we can handle it. Now, we don't sell the iPhone, but we sell everything else: iPad, Mac, iPods, and all the accessories. So come on by.
Terry, thanks very much. 726.
Do you know that?
Yeah.
Had a heat wave.
Yeah,
it jumped 2 degrees in the last hour.
And it's going to be 73 degrees today. Gusty south winds out of the south, gust up to 40. So I would say this is not a good day for a skirt, ladies. I'm just saying you might want to skip the skirt today. Anyway, it's time for Focus on Agriculture from the Texas Farm Bureau. We got your news word of the day, news and weather from KAUZ, and your rush update all coming up next.